on my own podcast with your host, Jacob Willis.
What you talking about, Willis?
Hey, you guys, welcome to another episode of the On My Own podcast, where I may be on my own, but I'm never alone, darling. And today, we're doing a solo episode as requested by you guys. So, get your drinks, get your weed, get your blunt, get your whatever you need, your snacks, get your hookah going, and let's just have a good time. Today, I'm drinking an IPA Lagunitas. A lot of you guys probably don't think that I give the type of person to drink beer, but I love all type of alcohol. I like beer, I like champagne, I like tequila, I like wine. I'm a variety type of guy, and this is the kind of flow that I'm on today, if you didn't know. Okay. So I start every episode off with a mental health moment. Mentally, 1 through 10, how do I feel? I'm about a 9. I feel really good. I had a great morning. I woke up this morning with gratitude, not an attitude, okay? Because that's none of my business, bitch. Some of us wake up with attitudes because we had something that happened the night before. That was me. I had something happen the night before, but I didn't wake up with an attitude. I didn't allow that situation to interfere with who I am as a person. I wake up so thankful because guess what, babe? I didn't have to wake up. So I'm feeling at a 9. I had a good weekend. Why aren't I at a 10? I don't know. Why aren't I out of 10? Jacob, really dig deep. I don't know. I just feel like empty in one spot. I don't know. Like I feel full, but I feel like there's like a part of me that's empty. And maybe that's not why I'm feeling, that's probably why I'm not out of 10. I don't know what it is exactly, honey, but this is just me being transparent. It is what it is. So I'm going to start this episode off a little bit different because I have some callers that are going to be calling in from different states. And I want to make sure that they're able to answer the questions or talk whatever they want to talk about before it gets too late. So with that being said, it's time for Call Jacob. Okay, so the first caller, she is a popular YouTuber. She is Finesse Queen. She is calling from Dallas, Texas. It's my girl, codename Chanel. So let's go ahead and ring her in.
Hello.
Hey, friend.
Hey, are we live right now?
We are live.
Oh my God. Hey, everybody. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to have you on. I already gave them your introduction, so they know exactly who's on the phone.
Period. Okay. How have you been, friend?
I've been astonishing. How have you been?
I've been good. I've been really good. I moved to Houston. I was living in Dallas.
Oh, that's right. You know what? It's so funny. I just told them, I said, calling from Dallas, but I forgot you do live in Houston now.
Yeah, I've been in Houston for like a year now, so that's been fun.
Yes, well, congratulations on the move. Yeah, big things.
Big things, period. And then I moved again, but you know what? I'm like a gypsy. I gotta move around. Oh my God, how are you and your sugar daddy?
He's good. Arthur is doing really good.
Arthur, yes. That little old white man. I love him. Yes, I love that. But okay, so first off, let me just say this, you guys. So I've never met him before, but I've seen receipts and he's done big things for Jacob. So I have a question for you, friend.
Okay, what's the question, friend?
Outside of sugaring, do you want to get married? Do you see yourself in a relationship where you're in a long-term committed relationship and getting married?
Okay, I love this question. I'm going to answer it, but you got to watch the episode to hear it.
Okay.
I got to make you wait. You have another question? I can answer too.
I feel like I have so many questions for you. Okay, so lately, what has Arthur been doing for you?
Paying my rent. That's it. Pretty much the biggest bill of the month, my rent.
Does he invest in your podcast and stuff, in your brand?
Yeah, he does. He does.
Oh my God. Okay, so wait. Okay, I have a question that probably everybody's wondering too. So how does it feel transitioning from having a co-host to being by yourself?
Okay, now this one you got to watch the episode. I'm about to answer it right now.
Oh my God. Okay.
You can't get all the tea on the phone.
Oh my God. I know you guys. Okay, so I don't know if your people know this, but you guys, codename Chanel. So I have a virtual guide and we've been virtually. First off, it was virtual dating. Now it's just a virtual friendship, and he just sends me money. I've never met him. He's been doing this for 4 years now, but he's going to start. And he's always invested in me, my brand, my business, anything I want. thousands and thousands of dollars. I remember one time I did a podcast episode with him for my Patreon, and he didn't want to add up all the money on the podcast. He said he didn't want to talk about it, right? But what I'll say all this to say is that you guys, he wants to have like a virtual kind of like wedding thing, and I want to know. I want to.
Fred.
No, literally, he does. He wants to have like a little virtual ceremony, and because y'all, we've never met. I'm not making this up. So I ask the people on the podcast, like, what do you guys think about that? Like having a long-term relationship, but never meeting the person, like only doing like virtual dates. Yeah, we want to know. How do you guys feel about
virtual dating, a virtual wedding, and virtual to you guys that are a little.
They're gonna think I'm crazy, but they're all invited. Everybody, you're invited. I'm gonna do it on Zoom. We're gonna have a little virtual. It's a friendship wedding.
Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna be in character. I'm gonna have my outfit on and everything, virtual or not.
Please, I'm making everybody. Everybody has to dress up. Everybody has to look nice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him cash up everybody so we can all be eating the same thing. Stay 48 Nationals or something. No, I'm so serious. I'm so serious. But you guys, this is a friendship, like a unity, basically. Like he wants to take it to the next level of our friendship, and it's gonna be virtual. But ladies, stop sleeping on that. You can get you a little virtual trip, a little virtual sugar daddy. You ain't gotta meet these men.
Right, you ain't got to touch him. I'm telling you right now, because I never touched mine. A hug and a kiss goodnight, and I have not seen him but 3 times since the pandemic. But I love him. I do.
Okay, but yeah, just answer, you guys. It was so nice being on here. I will be there in person, but I'm so happy that I got to call in.
Shout out your podcast so they can subscribe.
Yes, it's my YouTube channel. So just go to Codename Chanel on YouTube and definitely get some teeth there. Even go to Patreon. Me and Jacob have I think 2 or 3 videos on there that we did before. So, and if he starts doing, if you guys want to know more about sugaring and his life, and he wants to do it on Patreon exclusively, I'll do a video with you for your Patreon if you want me to.
Oh my God, I would love that, and so would that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, well, I love you, friend. I'm about to answer your questions and get to the other callers.
Okay, I love you too. Bye.
Bye, friend. I totally love her. She's amazing. That's my girl codenamed Chanel. If you guys don't know who she is, she teaches sugar baby tips. She helps those who want to have a sugar daddy get a sugar daddy. And I used to do that as well on my YouTube channel. And so that's how we met, by just doing that and connecting. And she's amazing. And one thing about her, she's going to get all the tea, okay? So to answer her question, absolutely, I would love to get married. I'm at a point in my life now where I'm going to be 30 this year. And yeah, it'll be cool. You know what I mean? To really ease things down and really just commit to one person until death do us part. When will I do that? I don't know. Divine timing. And to answer her second question, she asked, how does it feel to transition from having a podcast with the co-host and now doing it solo? I think I have mentioned this before on a previous episode, but I absolutely love it, honey. I do. I did enjoy my journey with my old podcast, but now that I have my own, I feel like I can just really just do whatever I want to. As you can see today, I asked my viewers, I was like, hey, you know what? Do you guys want me to have a guest, or you guys want me to have a solo episode? And for the most part, you guys voted for me to have a solo. So that's exactly why I'm here sitting in this chair by myself. Okay, let's get into it. So I'm calling the next caller now. I'm excited because that was good. Let's see if this caller can top it. Hey, Erica. Did you give her buzz ball? Yeah, you can hear it, huh? How ghetto. Cheers, you guys. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, you're now live on the On My Own podcast with your boy Jacob Willis. Where you calling from?
Oh my God, Chicago.
Chicago?
Yep, good old Chicago, the Windy City, baby.
I need to come out there. I've never been. What's your name?
My name's Kwame.
Kwame?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that name. It's different.
Thank you.
Okay, so what's your question?
So how would you say for someone who is going from, moving in with their parents to moving out, how do you think I should prepare for the real world in a sense,
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, I'm going to answer it for you, but you got to watch the episode to hear the answer.
Okay, that works.
Okay, deal?
Okay, deal.
Kwame, thank you for calling in. Shout out to Chicago.
Of course. Thanks for letting me call in. Enjoy the rest of filming.
Thank you. Okay.
No problem. Bye.
Bye. So you guys, I moved to LA when I was 21 years old. This is the thing. I didn't have a lot of money back then. I was like 20 years old. I was like, I'm going to go to LA. I'm going to live there. I'm going to live this lavish life. Bitch, please. False. So I worked at Chipotle, 19th and Capitol in Sacramento, California. And I saved up a little bit less than $1,000. Okay. I think, oh, bitch, this is a gag. I was literally saving money, but I was taking the money that I was saving and spending it. So I only had like $500. And then I went to church, and my pastor loved me so much because I used to be an usher. Oh, yes. He used to be an usher, honey. And my pastor loved me so much. I mean, shout out to Pastor Rich. He's amazing. He gave me $500, like to say, you know what? Congratulations on your moving. So then I had 1,000. Found a roommate on Craigslist. She only charged me $400 a month in rent. And I moved to LA and I never moved back home. What would I say to prepare? Make sure that you are really set in stoned. Make sure that this is a decision that you do not want to backpedal on. Make sure that you save money, save more money than me. And then also be responsible with your money and budget. I hate the word budget. I used to think that was so cringe. I'm like, that's for broke people, budget, bitch. Who does that? But a lot of wealthy people are wealthy because they budget, okay? Budgeting is nothing wrong with doing that. I'm still learning how to do that now because I'm very bad with money still to this day. You just got to be tired of being tired. And even when I'm tired, bitch, I still wake up with the money and I want to spend it. So I would say properly plan, know what you want to do, and also don't rush moving out if you're not ready to move out. Move out when you're ready to move out. But just budget. That's the biggest advice I can do, is say budget. And then also, set a goal for yourself. It doesn't have to happen overnight, but just make sure that you have a plan, a proper plan. You can do it. Okay, Chicago. Okay, let's see what the next caller has to say.
Hello.
Hi, you're now live on My Own podcast with your boy Jacob Willis. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Denzel, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes, Nashville, Tennessee. I can hear it in your little accent.
Thank you. You're hilarious.
What's your question?
Okay, so I was going to ask a really corny question, and I just got off the phone with my best friend, but she was like, just tell him, because I was telling him, I might, get a call today. My best friend is obsessed with gay sex. She's a she's a heterosexual woman, and she really wants to watch two gay men have sex. And so she was like, go on Grindr and find me some people. And I'm like, no. And she's like, well, what about the hood nigga you used to fuck? Can I watch y'all fuck? And I'm like, bitch, no. And so I'm at a place now, and she's really, really serious about this. She's so horny. And I'm like, just go get you some dick. My question is, how can I find her a safe gay black couple to watch them fuck? She wants to watch them fuck. What kind of advice can I give her, safe? Because, she's really, really serious about this shit. And it's stressing me out. Because I'm like, you're not going to watch me fuck. And you're not going to, it's just no.
Oh my God, I love this question. This was so good. Okay, I have the best advice for you, but you got to watch the episode to hear the advice.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling, and thank you for spicing it up. D from Nashville, Denzel.
Nashville. And I just want to tell you, Jacob, I love what you're doing as a strong black king, from one gay black king to the next. Keep going, and you're going to win the Emmy one day, the Oscar one day, and I'll see you at the top.
I receive that in Jesus' name. I'll see you at the top.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to you, King. Have a blessed night.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Bitch, let's get into it. So I used to have a friend that was obsessed with gay porn. She would tell me that she would masturbate and play with her pussy like the piano at nighttime, thinking about men-on-men action. I then got asked to go to a party where a wife and a husband the wife wanted me to fuck the husband in front of her. I don't do that. I don't even like a show, boo. I like to watch a show, but I do not want to be the person behind the show. So I can totally understand. Then I also have a homegirl that likes to cross boundaries. No, babe, I'm not into girls like that. No, we can't kiss. No, we cannot touch. You're not a dyke. You're a femme girl who likes men, but you're into a gay man. So I can understand the illusion. And also, a lot of my homegirls like to watch gay sex because we be beating it up. So I can definitely understand it. How do you have these conversations with friends without offending them? You got to just be blunt. Your homegirl, listen, I know she watching. What's up, girl? I understand why you want to see this because that is hot. I mean, man-on-man action, tough and rough. But your best friend is not going to be the person to give that to you. I would suggest for you is to look up gay parties, not gay parties, sex parties in your area or swinger parties. There's a lot of swinger parties in your area, especially if you're in Nashville, honey. Okay, I don't know if you're located in Nashville, but look up your local swinger parties. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of men who like people to watch. I've been to a couple of sex parties myself that were not just gay men. There were heterosexual couples up in there as well. And I did see some of the heterosexual people watching as a couple to watching the two gay men, collide, if so to speak. So my advice to you is just look up, things like that. And also you can go on Hinge and be like, hey, is there any, look, girl, do a casting call. Go on Hinge, be like, hey, is there any couples that are open to, performing in front of me? You can also go to, I ain't gonna hold you, bitch. You can always buy an escort, get two gay men that are willing to let you watch, and you can pay for the day and watch them do that. Also, you can go on Grindr and have, well, I know your gay friend, Mr. D said he ain't gonna do it. You can make you a Grindr account and be like, hey, I'm a female and I would love to watch two gay men get off in front of me. It's one of my fetishes. Do that, girl. You could do it. But for you, I would just say, tell your homegirl, okay, sis, it's not gonna work over here. But you can do this. Okay. So that's the advice I give to you. But I definitely get why you want to see that, because who wouldn't want to see it, darling? Some of you out there that are watching this do too much for people. Investing your time, your energy, your comfort, your love, just even your presence. You go so far to the point that you give your last to this person. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a relationship. And you guys do too much for them. And then you're disappointed when they give you the bare minimum back. You have to stop giving to people that are not pouring back into you. You're going to always be disappointed if you feel like people are going to always do the same things that you do. Not everybody's you, boo. You're built differently. So you need people that are going to put the R in respect, the C in consistent, the W in willingness, and the G in generosity, who are going to do the same things that you do to them. Today it ends, darling. Do for yourself. So you guys see my shirt? Uh-huh. Oh yeah. It's given on my own podcast. I literally, I took some bleach and I made this shirt. It looks kind of good. I got a little fit on. I got the leather pants on with the black shirt and silver accessories. It's giving a little gothic, but I love it. I was like so bored. I said I want to do like some type of merch type of vibes today for this episode, so I'm doing it. But okay, we're gonna have a story time right now. A lot of you guys are like, Jacob, let's get to know you a little bit more. And every time I do a solo episode, I'm gonna open up more and more and more to you. So let me tell you about the time I got catfish. Okay. First of all, shout out to my girl Cammie Crawford from Catfish. She is the co-host on Catfish, and I know that you're gonna be watching. So I'm going to tell you guys this story, and you guys can comment down below and let me know if Jacob, what you got catfish, homie. Okay. So I was about 22 years old. This is when I first moved to LA. I moved here when I was 21, but a year after that, I got into a serious toxic relationship online. It was virtual, not even online, through the phone. So I was on the chat line late at night. You know what happens at this on the chat line? 712-432-5700. I think they still have the same number, but now they charge a penny per minute. It used to be free back in the day. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, so I was talking to this guy in the chat line, and he had a very hot voice. But before I was talking to him, I was in a group setting, a group chat. So the group chat is where there's multiple men in one chat, and you're kind of like connecting with people in there, but it's kind of chaotic because a lot of people are talking at the same time. There's a guy that was speaking, and he was like, hey, you want to go to like room 27? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I hit star 27 or pound 27, one or the other, and we went into the room. Before we had phone sex, we were talking. I was getting to know him, and I was like, wow, he sounds so hot. I mean, the hottest voice. I'm not gonna hold you. He had a very hot voice, a voice where you were instantly pre-coming. I was like, wow, he's hot. So we're talking. We get into having phone sex. We have the best phone sex, okay? This is where the toxic trait starts to come in. He says, I want to give you my number. Now, when you go on the chat lines, when you're done doing what you're doing, you're usually just actually, when you when you coming, you hang up on the person, okay? You automatically hang up, be like, I'm done. And then you get sit back into the group chat. Well, he didn't hit the end button. I didn't either. So he was basically like, hey, yo, like, let's take this outside of the chat line. I will give you my number. Call me. I said, okay, cool. So I called him, and he lived in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'll never forget, bitch. Out there in the country in boondocks. Anyway, so I calls him. We're talking about him. Well, we're talking on the phone. We're gonna call him D because that was his name. Okay, he gave me a full name, but we're just gonna say D. This story is a little crazy, babe. So I need you guys to hold on tight and really listen to the things that I'm saying. We're talking. We're having a great time. He proceeds to say he wants to fall asleep on the phone. It was our first time. We literally just got done busting a nut on the chat line. So I was like, "You want to sleep with me on the phone? This is so romantic." And I didn't have a boyfriend at the time. Fell asleep on the phone, listened to each other snore, woke up in the morning. Of course, I hung up the phone because I'm a wild sleeper. we began to text and get to know each other via text messages. He did not have an iPhone. I had an iPhone. He had an Android, quote unquote, but he would want me to call him on his house phone with the star, and he would call me from his house phone on a block number, star 67. So I couldn't see like the actual house number. I think one time he gave me the actual house number. Anyways, so of course, I asked him for a picture because we're talking on the phone, and I'm one of those. I'm a Virgo. When I'm talking to somebody, I'm gonna send you videos and pictures of me all the time, bitch. You're gonna see me. Okay. Anytime you think you're about to look to the left or to the right, I'm gonna be there with a new picture to your phone. I need you to focus down here, babe. Not to the left or the right, darling. Anyways, he sent me one picture of him, okay? The picture was looking a little old school. I'm like, you know what? This is too good to be true. You're too fine. Okay. Let's fast forward to sexual pictures. He sent me one picture of his quote unquote, you know what, babe, it's a little blurry, but maybe this is him. I started to like this guy. We've been talking for a while via phone and on the cell phone, okay? Remember, when he calls me on the house phone, it is from a private number, okay? He claims that he was a wrestler. I said, okay, so what is your like wrestling name? Oh, I don't want to tell you because I don't want you to like me because of that or look at me. I said, well, you're talking to somebody that's kind of, in the industry. You can Google me. I can't Google you. What's the problem here? So I just started to, listen to this man. And this is the dumbest I've ever been in my life. Um, Anything he said, I pretty much did. It was to the point where I used to be a party animal. You got to imagine 22 years old, you just moved to LA, you want to go outside party in West Hollywood, and you're having a man on the phone tell you that you need to stay inside the house. You need to go to work and come home, and we need to talk on the phone. He became very possessive. He didn't believe me when I said that I was out with certain friends. He would make me call them. It was very toxic for me. So I would go home after work, and I would just wait for him to get off of work, and we would just watch movies on the phone. Now, he did one time send me like a little debit card that had like $20 or $30 on it, and I bought a Roku box. It's so crazy. I still have the Roku to this day. I know I talk a little fast, but I'm passionate about what I'm about to say. I still have the Roku. So listen to this. We'd watch movies on our phone, okay? He would track what I was doing. So he'd be like, what just happened? If I didn't say what exactly happened, like in that moment, he would get upset with me. He'd be like, oh, somebody else is there. I'm like, boy, shut the fuck up. It was really toxic like that, where I had to pay attention to the movie because he would quiz me. Do you get where I'm going? This man was fucking psycho and crazy. It almost hit a year. I'm sending him videos. My friend, shout out to my best friend Chanel, she can vouch for me. My old friend Megan, she can vouch for me. They used to like talk to him too on the phone. He knew who my friends were. So I started to really love him. Okay. It was to the point where wherever the landline was calling, my mom was like, Jacob, your phone bill was going up. Whoever you're talking to on the phone is expensive. I'm like, okay, mom. At the time I didn't have much money. I'm like, oh my God, I got to stop talking like that much on the phone. Another red flag. He was like, you know what? If you can't talk to me on the phone, that means that there's somebody else. You know how they are. So this is when it gets real. Enough is enough. I got very serious because I really love this guy, okay? He was planning to come to LA. He canceled the trip to LA. Then he said that his brother and his mother had to move in with him momentarily, okay? So we weren't able to talk on the phone as much because he was not out of the closet, quote unquote. Nobody knew that he was gay. So he couldn't be on the house phone anymore because they would listen on the house phone if he was on the phone, okay? Also, there were times that I would fall asleep. One thing about me, when I'm tired, I'm tired. If I fell asleep, and I'm not lying, you guys. I would literally text him on the phone, and I would fall asleep like within 2 or 3 minutes after texting. I worked at a restaurant. I was tired. He would literally blow up my phone, and then he would say, "You know what? You're cheating on me. You're talking to somebody else because you fell asleep on me." He wouldn't believe that I fell asleep. So it was just crazy like that. Very, very toxic. He broke up with me one time. I cried like a baby. Okay, back to when it gets real. I started to become very curious and also upset because I'm like, who is this person I'm talking to on the phone? I look up his phone number on Google. You can look up people's phone numbers on Google and it'll tell you where they live, it'll tell you about some back history and stuff. I'm not going to say the full name that I saw, but it was not the name that he gave me. Okay, it wasn't D. It was something totally different. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who am I talking to, right? So I finally got the courage to ask him. I'm like, hey, I know you didn't want me to look up any information on you, but who is this person? Because when I looked up your number, no, when I look up your number and your house number, this is the number. Oh, the name just came to my head. Should I say it? Ancestors. Corey Gibbs is the name that I found online, okay? Allegedly, just in case he's watching, bitch. Okay, Corey Gibbs. And he said his name was D. I don't remember the last name he gave me. I still have the text message somewhere on my phone. Anyway, so he got upset with me, cussed me the fuck out. broke up with me. And then about a month later, after me texting him, "Oh, girl, this is so bad." I was begging this man to come back, sending him paragraphs every day. "Please, please, please, babe, I'm sorry." And I just felt so dumb, right? I never got to see him to this day. Never got to meet him. I think I talked to him like a couple years ago. And I'm like, okay, I'm older now. I got a little bit of money. I can fly out and see you. And he was like, making up excuses. Cammy Crawford, my girl from MTV Catfish, was I being catfished? I need to know. Audience, listening, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Was I being catfished? TikTok. Okay. Well, I'm not, retarded, so I know that I was being catfished. Thank you guys for answering the question, though. So I got catfished, you guys, and it got real bad because I started to remember that I gave him my social security card number, not the card, but the number. He offered to do my taxes, okay? And I said, yeah, babe, please do my taxes. So I sent him my information, my full legal government name, and I also sent him my number for my social security card. Taxes never got done, bitch. But I'm not gonna hold you. I looked on my credit and he didn't try nothing. But to this day, it still bothers me knowing that he has some of that personal information. I'm like, what is he gonna do with that information? So, ladies and gentlemen, I do digress. You need to be careful. Okay, people out here are crazy. I also gave him my address. Luckily, I do not live in that unit anymore. I had a roommate at the time. I now live alone. Shout out to my sugar daddy for making that happen. Let's talk about my sugar daddy. We're done talking about the catfish story. So some of you guys don't know this, but I've had a sugar daddy for about 5 years now. Um, Times were hard, babe. Okay, times were hard. So I found him on an app called Mint Boys. It's really for male escorts. One thing about me, I'm just going to tell my truth. I don't give a fuck. Um, I was in need of money. He called me. We met up. We went to a coffee shop. Then after that, we went to West Hollywood. And from West Hollywood, we went to, I think, was it the Beverly Center or the Grove? Which one had the little coffee shop across the street? Trader Joe's, the Grove. We went to the Grove and then we went and had coffee across the street. The rest was history. Um, he is sick. Okay. He has cancer. I love him. I love him. I love him. I do. And he's been the biggest supporter I've ever had in my life. Seriously, financially. Financially. He even supports my career and things like that. I will say this. I'm very blunt. I tell it like it is. Okay. I'm looking at you guys. I ain't got nothing to hide. Because, bitch, if I had slept with him, I would say, bitch, I did. Gave him that. I mean, a lot of money later. Why not? No, we never had sex. He has a partner. He's not really a physical person. If you met this man and you had dinner with him or even a business meeting, you wouldn't even know that he was gay. It's not that he's trying to act like something that he's not, but he's very just, chill. He's one of those white men that have like a big personality, but it's also calm at the same time. He likes to crack jokes. He's also very smart. He's educated me on a lot, especially when it comes to like COVID politics, just anything. He's a great guy. So it's been about 5 years now. He pays my rent from time to time. Um, he supports my podcast. He supports pretty much everything I do. I will say this. I used to record videos weekly about how to get a sugar daddy. I'm over that point in my life, and a lot of you guys are watching because you guys used to watch my YouTube channel. It's not that I don't want a sugar daddy. I mean, I love having him, but I'm also in a point where I want to be my own sugar daddy bitch. And when I'm in a relationship, I love to spoil the person that I'm with. I guess I'm a sugar daddy too. It's just my love language. I love to spoil. I love to cook. I love, to gift. That's just who I am. And I feel like I'm very blessed because this man has. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, this. Thank you, Angelino. I forgot where I was even talking about, bitch. I feel like I'm in a point in my life now where I don't. It's not that I don't need them, bitch, but I want to feel like, you know what, Jacob, you did that on your own. Yeah, you got that money on your own. You paid that shit on your own. Because it's a little bit different when a man is sending you the money and it's like, okay, yeah, it's my money, but somebody else gave it to me. I want to have, those $1,000. I don't want to have to call him and be like, hey, can you send me $5,000? I want to be able to just spend the $5,000 when I want to, and that's going to happen. But I will say that if you do want a sugar daddy, make sure that you have a plan because, yeah, you get the money and stuff like that, but don't blow it on dumb shit. Like, don't go to Gucci and go get some fucking slides and think that you all fly and shit because you got some momentarily Gucci slides that are going to eventually wear off, bitch, that are not going to even be in style for a long time. Like, that's so dumb to me. I have Cartier bracelets, Givenchy, Dior bags. I have all that shit at home, and none of that means anything to me. Like, what is that going to do when you have nothing in the bank because you didn't properly invest your money? Okay, so towards the end of COVID, I started my own business called McKinley's Eyewear. He funded that. And that was the best decision I made because it taught me business. Although I did close down that McKinley's Eyewear website because it was too much. It got to the point where I was like, okay, cool. I feel like a boss. He gave me this money and I'm investing in it. And I literally had people order from all different states it was to the point where people were like, can you send it to like Canada, Europe, Africa? I'm like, no, babe, we're not international yet. I ain't got that type of funds. Let's just keep it in the States, bitch. So people were ordering. I would wake up in the morning and there'd be thousands of dollars like pending. Okay. And I felt like, oh my God, like I got all this money. Then the realness started to kick in. I didn't have any help. So I was too lazy to go to the post office to send people their packages. Okay. People order like 5 pairs of glasses. Mind you, there was times I didn't have those glasses. They're available on my website, but they weren't available in my house. Okay. Because people would come over and I'd be like, bitch, wear this. So I would have to go downtown because that's where, my people were, where I would get the glasses from for low price, sell them for more. Duh, hello. Um, so it got to the point where I was just overwhelmed and I couldn't do it anymore. So I, had to cancel a couple of orders. I was just, I wasn't responsible. That's some real shit. I wasn't responsible. The money was great, but the work ethic wasn't there. It started to wear off. If you're going to start a business and you really want to make profit, you need to really be invested in it 110%. Meaning, even if you have nobody to go and do your runs for you or go, send off those packages, you have to go send off those packages because that's poor business when you don't do that. I had great reviews until the very end, child. People was like, he is scammed, and I ain't a scam child. I just didn't feel like going to that post office. That's horrible. Don't be like me. I have changed. Okay. I'm not going to do that anymore. I promise you guys. If I, start something, merch, I'm going to make sure that the merch comes out by order. That's advice I would give to anybody that is starting a business. Make sure that you're on top of it. And then you also get your business license. Also talk to people that have successful businesses that are willing and able. Not gatekeep, bitch, because a lot of you hoes got businesses, and when people ask you, you act like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's why one thing about me, anytime somebody asks me, can you help me with my podcast or give me some advice on your podcast? I don't be like, yeah, that's gonna be $250. No, I give you the advice it is. I do. I give you the advice. I'll tell you a good podcast studio, WTF Media Studios in Los Angeles, California. Hey, I mean, you guys see the quality. I'm not going to gatekeep and say you guys can't film here because I film my podcast. No, I'm going to make sure that you guys have the proper, equipment. We have great engineers here. I'm going to promote this business, and also my friend owns this business, so I'm going to promote her as well. So yeah, that was a little off topic talking about how to start a business, bitch, but it was a part of my journey in my life too. Let's talk about my love life. Right now, I am single. I do have, an ex-boyfriend who I still am deeply in love with. I love him. I do. He's my husband, bitch. Let's just call a thing a thing. He will always and forever be my husband. Shout out to you. My baby just started his podcast with a co-host, who I love too, my dear friend September and baby daddy Lee. Congratulations on you guys' podcast. I think it's called Black People in Therapy. You guys need to check that out. Support people. You know what's so crazy? You can start things or start a business, drop a song, start a new job, and you tell people. And it amazes me how people will show their true colors when it's time to say congratulations or just do the bare minimum of support. I'm always going to support my friends. It doesn't matter. It's like people are scared for people to pass them up. It's like you're so intimidated by your own success that you don't want somebody else to be more successful than you. Bitch, why wouldn't you want the next person to climb the ladder so they can bring you up? And then when you up with them, then somebody else can surpass y'all and then they'll bring you up to another level. There's levels to this shit. There's layers, bitch, like fucking Fritos, ho. You guys just want to keep things to yourself. Fritos don't have layers, huh, bitch? What does? Lay's chips? Lay's chips, bitch. Ruffles. Ice cream sandwich, bitch. There's layers to that. You got the chocolate and the cream in the middle and the chocolate on top. Bitch, if you're really colorful, there's Neapolitan in the middle as well, darling. Oh, we love that brown, white, and strawberry. Not me, too much strawberry, but you get what I'm saying, how? Oh, let's talk about the ghetto. The ghetto, and my needy leaks boys. I have a question for you, okay? If you have a housewarming, a birthday, or even a game night, and you have a friend that you invite, and they bring a bottle of alcohol, is it ghetto for them to take that bottle when they leave from the engagement? Is it low class? Because I've been to parties before, housewarmings, game nights, where I brought a bottle and I said, this was a gift. Thank you for hosting us. This is a gift. All are welcome to drink, But when I leave, that's going to remain here because it's for the household. This is my gift. This is me showing up with something. Okay. This ain't me Indian giving. Be like, okay, bitch, there's a couple of pints left. Let me take this back for tomorrow. No, like that to me is just so low class. And I feel like some people are going to disagree, and that's fine. That's why we have platforms where people can, agree to disagree. But I feel like that's very low class. I've seen that happen to my homegirl. She had a party, and people bring in liquor, and they were like, oh, let me put that back in the back, or this is for us and then that's for them. Like, bitch, come on, get into it, ho. Like, really. So I just wanted to know if that was ghetto, because I feel like that was ghetto. Let's talk about some celebrity tea. My mom, shout out to my mom, I love her for watching. Oh yeah. So what are y'all thoughts on that Michael Ealy situation? Y'all saw him pick up that girl like that? I want him to pick me up like that. Shit. Okay. If you have a significant other, okay, let's say I have a boyfriend. If he has a homeboy and the homeboy approaches me and my man to say hi to my man, and he picks up my man in front of me, if he says, hey, yo, my name is Mike, like, let me give you a hug. He give me a hug. I'm like, okay, I'm Jacob. Nice to meet you. Then he's like, what's up? And picks up my man. I'm going to pick them both up and body slam them both on the floor. You're not going to pick up my man. Period. His feet ain't gonna be wibbling up in the air. Bitch, you don't get to do that. That is so tasteless to me, bitch. Put my man down, ho. He is not a child. We're still working on that. Okay? Anyways, that's my opinion on that. Okay, so then my sister asked me, she said, Jacob, if you have a man, okay, let's do this. She's a hairstylist. My sister's a hairstylist in Texas. She has a client. Her client is a male, but he has a girlfriend. The girlfriend goes with her man to go get his hair done. My sister's the one doing the hair, right? He's sitting in a chair. She asks the girlfriend, do you like his hair first? You know what I mean? She kind of sets the tone. Do you like his hair? And she's like, yeah, I like it. Then she asks him, how do you like your hair? It's just like a code of content thing, bitch. I know you don't really have to ask that, but I think my sister's so respectful. She wants to ask the girl first. You get what I'm saying? So if you're having a conversation, it's a male and it's a couple. If the man is talking to you both, would you rather have eye contact with the man on man, instead of the girl? Or are you gonna have contact with them both? Or are you gonna just look at the girl the whole time? Like, I just have those certain questions. Like, are you gonna make eye contact? Because for some people in relationships, they take that very serious. They're like, I don't want you like looking at my girl like that. For me, that's a little insecure, because bitch, your eyes out. Don't we have the opportunity and the willingness to look? I'm not one of those people that are in relationships and be like, you cannot look over there. No, go look, bitch. I'm looking too. Let's look, bitch. But we're not gonna touch, okay? And they definitely not gonna touch. But we can look. Why not? We're fucking human beings. We're beautiful. Um, so to the people that are still dealing with their insecurities, had bad breakups, maybe mom and daddy didn't say I love you. Grandma didn't allow you to go outside and play because it was ungodly. We all have those unfortunate situations that happen that do play a part in our, decision making, our trauma in our life now, that we have to go see a therapist and nip in the butt, because it's not going to help you grow by any means necessary. It's actually going to hold you back from things that you can experience in life. Some people are even scared to travel out the country because they're scared of the planes and things like that. I totally understand that, but how will you know what's on the other side of the fucking earth if you don't go? Bitch, get your passport. Jacob, get your passport and go. I don't have my license. This is another thing. I tell it like it is. I never driven. I attempted to drive once. No, but that's not why I don't drive. Driving gives me anxiety. Anxiety, bitch. Driving gives me anxiety. I have anxiety. I said it again. Driving gives me anxiety. Um, and I don't like it. Like, okay, so when my friends are driving in a car, I don't like when they're on the right side, like when they're like, in the turning lane. I don't like when they're like right there. I feel like they're gonna go over the sidewalk or something. Somebody's gonna hit us on the left side, and the car's gonna flip over. I don't like that, especially when they're speeding. I just even looking over to see if you can get over in another lane. It's too much neck work, bitch. I don't want to have to look and do that. Like, it really gives me anxiety. So for me, I like to be driven. I live on Sunset Boulevard here in Los Angeles, California. I can walk to go get my bag. I can walk back home to get in my bed. I can walk to the gym. I can walk to the, Trader Joe's. I can walk to the bars, the clubs, you name it, I can do it. And if not, I can Uber. Bitch, worst come to worst, I can get on that bus. You ain't gonna see me on that bus no more. That was my humble beginnings. Bitch, let's talk about humble beginnings, honey. Living in LA, hasn't always looked so easy, okay? I make this shit look easy, bitch. It's not easy, okay? I struggle sometimes. And I remember when I first moved to LA, I didn't have money to Uber like how I do now. Bitch, I would get on that bus and have to wait. I think I talked about it on the Just Us podcast. I slept at a bus stop before. Oh yeah, because I missed the last bus. It was a 2:12, and my phone died too, bitch. And I didn't know how to get back home. I was somewhere in South Central getting some dick from some Mexican. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing or who the fuck I was dealing with, but I was determined to go get that dick, and I did. And he didn't drive either. I wanted to act like I got an Uber because I didn't want him to know I caught the bus to go receive my blessing, just to, go down a rabbit hole of hell. So I fell asleep at the bus stop, woke up in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll say we got done fucking around 2:30. The last bus left at 2:10. The bus started running again at 5 something in the morning. The bus came and I asked the lady, I said, hey, I don't remember how to get to, I think I lived on La Brea and Hyde Park. Hey, are you guys enjoying this episode? If so, make sure you guys follow and subscribe now. With that being said, enjoy the remainder of the episode. Yes, baby, right there on Glenway Drive by the Dunkin' Donut. So I asked the bus driver, how do I get home? My phone is dead. She said, basically, you got to get on this bus. You got to get off here, look at this cross street, cross the street, wait for that bus to go. I didn't have funds to get back home. I had funds to go get my dick, and that was it. I didn't even, I thought in my head, I said, he's going to have a car or he going to like Uber me home. Like, babe, we fucked in like his garage. Okay. His mom was, yeah, it was just a lot. So I ended up getting to my neighborhood, how to walk home. Excuse me. I had to walk home and, I was just like, wow. And then I had to go to work. Got home at like 6:30 in the morning, got dressed, got back on the bus, the 212 to go down to Melrose and La Brea to go to the Poke Shack, which was one of my first jobs in LA, just to go serve some poke and deal with rude customers, just to get back on the bus at 6 p.m. to go home to finally get some sleep, bitch. That's the struggles that I had to go through. How about going to red carpet events and you have to catch the bus and the train to get there, but then you get off like 2 stops before the event so they don't see you pulling up on a bus, bitch, and you have like your Gucci on and your clothes, your suit, acting like you got all this money, but really you have $2.50 to get back home. Bitch, if you even have that, you hoping you're gonna run into somebody at the event and be like, hey, can you try me to Inglewood? Like, I used to struggle. So now when I'm outside, I do what I want. I do what I want and I don't feel bad about it because I work so hard to get to where I am. I do. Can I catch the bus now? No. And I can say this. Okay, let me not do that. Let me not say no. Okay. When I'm in New York City, oh bitch, what? Train. Let's go, bitch. It's just LA. I can't because I'm more of a familiar face now. I don't want to sit on a bus and somebody come on and be like, so in episode 17, did you shut up, bitch? I don't want to talk about my podcast while I'm on the bus. I don't even want you to see me. It's not me. I just don't want that. I don't know. I have anxiety for that too. Like, can you imagine, bitch? Okay. We're gonna do one last thing. You guys wanted me to play trivia, but I'm alone. You guys want to ask me any questions? Yeah? Okay, so I'm gonna do a fun segment now, you guys. Before I end the podcast, I have about 5-10 minutes left. Okay, I have a couple of friends that are here in the studio, and I'm gonna allow them to come to the microphone and ask me a question. Yeah. So the first person up is my best friend Casey. I always say his name, you guys. He's a music artist. He has 6 billboards. He wrote for some of your favorite artists. Yes, honey. He just wrote on that new Normani album, Candy Paint. This is Casey, my best friend. What's your question?
My question is,
Get closer to the mic.
what is my question? My question is, what is your best memory in LA of going out? Like a random, spontaneous moment where you thought you was just gonna do something and you did something crazy.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, my best moment spontaneous when I went out, it was years ago with this friend that I used to have. We're not friends anymore. God bless her though. That's one thing about me. I'm big enough to say God bless you, bitch. Um, I went to party with Beyonce. Met her. I went to some Oscar parties and I didn't know that Beyonce was even going to be in the mix. I didn't think nothing of it. I was like literally with this friend. I believe it was Lisa Ray. a couple of other people I knew. We were out at this one party, and they're like, "Hey, Beyonce's having a party at the Chateau Marmont." Bitch, I was nobody then. Like, I mean, and I have a little bit of a name now, but I'm not like a big celebrity. So I'm like, bitch, I can't get into these parties. And then, okay, Finesse is one hell of a bitch. I went to this party. I met Beyonce. She came up to me, and you know what? God strike me down if I'm lying. One thing about it, I'm not gonna sit on a microphone and try to get some content that's not true. I'm gonna tell it like it is. I have nothing to hide in, bitch. Beyonce, if you see this, you know, bitch. Tiffany Haddish, you were there, you saw. Every time I see Tiffany Haddish, she may be annoyed because I'd be like, "You remember when I was at Beyonce party?" She was like, "Mm-hmm." But then when I said, she's like, "Yeah, okay, nigga, what you gotta say it every time I see you." So, anyways, dancing on the dance floor. And it's funny because I just saw Kelly Rowland. Shout out to Niecy Nash. She had me and Amber go to her birthday party. This was like a couple months ago, and Kelly Rowland was there. And I talked to Kelly, and I was basically like, "I met you at Beyonce's party. You and Lala Anthony were dancing, and we had like a little moment." She remembered, so it was cool. Anyways, I was on the dance floor having a good time. I had a glass of champagne in my hand. I had this over the shoulder leather jacket on, twirling around, doing my thing. And I'll never forget, Lala Anthony and Kelly Rowland were dancing next to me, and then Naomi Campbell was sitting down, looking cute. She wasn't doing shit, and I felt somebody tap me on my shoulder, and I turned around. It was Beyonce, babe. My heart was beating so fast. She had a red, beautiful dress on. I still have like, okay, I ain't gonna hold you. I have the clip on my Snapchat, and I'm gonna insert it in this clip right here, this video. So I took this on my Snapchat. It's still in my Snapchat history. One thing about Snapchat, babe, they'll have your receipts. So I snuck this like 3-second video of Beyonce and Jay-Z dancing right next to me before Tiffany Haddish put her big butt in the camera to turn off the. She was trying to make sure I didn't get kicked out, basically what she was doing. So Beyonce tapped me on my shoulder, anyways, and she says, "I love your energy." And I said, "I love yours too." I said, "I'm a Virgo like you." And she said, "Shut up. When's your birthday?" I said, "September 19th." She grabbed my hand, she turned her body around, and she began to dance on me. Like her butt was touchable, you know what, okay? It was about for 20 seconds. Her security was surrounding us, and I did not touch her back. My hands was up like I was like the police, bitch. Like the police was like, hands up. I was so scared to touch her, but it was the best night of my life. For Beyonce to come up to me and say, "I love your energy," and to dance with me, to even have that moment with her, I was just so grateful and thankful. By the end of the night, I'm not gonna hold you, bitch. I got you lit. It was an open bar. I had taken shots with DJ Khaled the weekend. Nicki Minaj was there. I mean, everybody, Gabrielle Union, Lupita, everybody was in that motherfucking party. So I was drinking everything that I saw. I started to get very tipsy at the end, and I'll never forget, Beyonce and Jay-Z were dancing on the dance floor, and I had my glass of champagne, and I like looked over, and I dropped my glass, and it broke, and her security, well, Beyonce told her security, I saw her go up to her security, and basically like whisper something, and he came up to me, he was like, "You don't have to leave, but we need you to stand over there," and I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Damn, they're gonna kick me out," but they didn't kick me out, bitch. Anyways, I just remember I woke up. The Beehive had posted like a clip of something. I cannot find it. The Beehive posted, like, I don't know how the Beehive got like a little clip and they like found me, but it was so crazy. That was the best night. Okay, Erica, what's your question? Come on.
What's your body count?
You nosy bitch. Um, my nose start running thinking about all the dick I sucked. No, I'm sick of your shit, literally. Oh my gosh. What is my body count? Bitch, I told you. All those bathhouses I went to when I first moved to LA. I don't know, to be honest. It's definitely I can't count because I don't know some of the people. Uh, I would say more than 15 in my lifetime, yeah. More than 15. I ain't gonna hold you, bitch. It's my truth, but yeah. Good question. More than 15. Okay, y'all. If you guys enjoyed this episode, comment down below and let me know, because how will I know if you don't show? Hello, that part, okay? Oh yeah, and then before I get out of here, to the people that are dating somebody and they have trust issues, if there's no trust, there's no us. That's the key of the day. That is the key of the day. If there is no trust, there is no us. Because how you gonna be with somebody and you don't even trust them? You got to monitor their phone, go through their text messages when they sleep, just because you don't know the authority that you hold. Bitch, you better know who the fuck you are when you wake up in the morning. And then let's talk about friendships where people feel like you got to explain something to your friend, like y'all in a relationship, or they like, you fucking them or paying their bills. You don't have to explain shit to nobody. There's a door. It closes, it locks. You can leave anytime you want to. I'm not going to ask you to stay. I'm not going to beg you to stay. I'm going to allow you to go because I don't need toxic friendships. We're done with those, bitch. We don't have to check in. We don't have to clock in to be somebody's friend. Why you got to clock in like it's a job and they're your boss, bitch? They the head coach. Even if you're the head coach, bitch, you're not going to do the most. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of the On My Own podcast, where I may be on my own, but I'm never alone, darling. We'll see you in the next episode.